Most Aussies think the money that they've got sitting in their offset account is always working hard for them. In 2026, this may not be necessarily true, and I'm here today to explain why in very simple terms. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I've been in the industry for almost 15 years now, and I have come across so many people with offsets, but not many people understand the true mechanics. Sir, you mentioned you've got an offset account. Do you know what that means? An offset account reduces the balance the bank charges you interest on. For example, if you owe the bank $600,000 and you hold $50,000 in your offset account, the bank charges you interest only on $550,000. It's flexible, it's liquid, and it is a very popular tool in Australia. Sir, what about the Redraw account? Do you know what that means? Sir, do you know what the meaning of a Redraw account is? A redraw facility is similar. However, your money is inside the loan account. You've paid it in and you can pull it back out. The bank controls access, timing, and sometimes even conditions may apply. And hence, offset equals full flexibility, whereas redraw is slightly restricted, however, still reduces interest. Now, the one thing I need to highlight here, and I need you to be very mindful about, is that some lenders do charge a bit of a higher interest rate and perhaps some fees for having a home loan with an offset account versus a home loan with just a redraw facility. Now, here is the interesting part. Every month, when you see your interest reduced because of the balance in your offset account, it feels like a win. But those interest savings depends upon your interest rate, not the rising cost of living of everything else. Right now, Australia's inflation rate is sitting around a 3.8%, and this is per the latest ABS report. So whilst the inflation isn't skyrocketing, the cost of housing, electricity, and services is still rising faster than most households can afford. Let's talk about purchasing power. Nothing in an exaggerated way, but just in real-world Australian context. Now, if you have $50,000 sitting in your offset account for about, let's say, 12 months, it reduces your interest, which is great. But if the inflation is hovering around a 3.8%, that $50,000 slowly buys you a lot lesser over time. Inflation does not have to be high to have your money's value shift gradually. Let's hear that again. Inflation does not have to be high to have your money's value shift gradually. Opportunity cost just means that your money could be doing different things depending on where you've kept it. Some people want easy access to cash, some want to reduce their debt, others just need a sense of stability. And there is really no right or wrong thing here. The main thing is simply understanding where you've really kept your money without leaving it sitting idle without a plan. We are in a period where things are a little bit different than a few years ago. Inflation is still above the RBA's 2 to 3% target. Housing costs, electricity, and even general services are rising way faster, and the banks may adjust rates depending upon their pricing models, not just the RBA. All of this means the value of your cash doesn't behave the same way it used to. And it's worth checking whether your current setup still makes sense. One framework that people use is what I call a hybrid offset approach, keeping a realistic emergency buffer in your offset. Avoiding large sums of money sit idle if they're not meant for upcoming future event, for instance, renovations or perhaps an upcoming purchase. Review your home loan structure regularly. Speak to the right professional if you need planning outside your mortgage. Your offset account is a brilliant tool. However, like any other tool, it works best with a plan. Now, here's a few questions you need to ask yourself. Am I keeping more in my offset account than I genuinely need? Do I know the purpose of the money that's sitting in there? Is my loan structure still working right for me in today's environment? When did I get my mortgage last reviewed? These are simple prompts to help you stay on top of your financial setup. Everyone's situation is different. However, if you'd like to see if your loan structure and your offset account is working well for you in today's environment, feel free to reach out. Well, thank you so much for watching my video. If you'd like to hear more from me, like, share, subscribe, share this video with a friend that may need this advice the most. And we're going to see you in the next video very soon. Stay tuned.